Barakatah Yahawah, Bahashem Yahawashi, Bahashem Recha Kodash. Welcome to another live lesson. The name of this one is a response, Foreigner Israelite, be strong in the faith. And pretty much this is a video that was live, and I guess it just went off because I hit play again and it says videos unavailable because it's going through the it's being processed right now. But this is the brother from Australia, GMS down under Australia. I put the link in the description box. I guess once it finishes processing, it'll be up on his page. And pretty much the brother was going into a lesson pretty much strengthening and encouraging those Israelite foreigners out there to continue in the faith and not to give heed to, those that are talking, that they're heathens, this, that, and the other. He said, because they're just trying to wear you down. And that's exactly what it's all about. That's them demons in them trying to discourage brothers and sisters out there, from staying in the faith, because that's their job. Which got me to thinking, when I was listening to the brother, it got me to thinking about the wheat and the tares. Now, what we see right now happening, this is the Most High, Yahawah Bashem Yahawashi, bringing in the Israelites from all over the world, right? Amos 9:9 says, "For lo, I will command." This is the Most High said he would command. And another precept just came to mind. Let me just get it real quick. Just go to this one. So the Lord said, "For lo, I will command, and I will sift the house of Israel among all nations." So now, how is the sifting going down? How is the Lord sifting, the Israelites among all these nations? Well, in Baruch 5:5, it says, "Arise, O Jerusalem." Jerusalem is another name for Israel. "And stand on high, and look about toward the east, and behold thy children gathered from the west," which is here the Western Hemisphere, "unto the east," back home, "by what? By the word of the Holy One, rejoicing in the remembrance of the Most High." Why? Because we all fell away at one time. So if the Most High is sifting the nation of Israel among all these nations, and he's using his word to sift them, right, then how can the wheat and the tares be talking about the Israelite foreigners being brought back to the fold when the Lord is the one sifting them? That's not what it's talking about. The wheat and the tares are talking about when you go back into slavery, when you go back into the mixing and the mingling of the Edomite men among the Israelite women. That's what that's talking about. So Lord's will, we can get into a little bit of that. But the Most High said in 1 Corinthians 14:40, it said, I'm sorry, not 40. Let's go to the 33rd verse. "For the Most High is not the author of confusion, but of peace, as in all the churches of the saints." Right. So the Most High is doing the sifting of Jacob among the nations. He's using his word to gather them. He's not the author of confusion. Ezekiel 44:9 tells us, "Thus saith the Lord power, no stranger uncircumcised in heart nor uncircumcised in flesh shall enter into my sanctuary." This is a sanctuary. This knowledge is a sanctuary. The names of Yahawah Bashem Yahawashi are a sanctuary. The name of the Lord is a strong tower. The righteous runneth into it and is safe. Of any stranger that is among the children of Israel. So the sifting process is the Lord sifting the Israelites from the heathen. So how are the heathen going to come into this if the Lord is sifting the Israelites from among the heathen, using his word to do that? You see? And this is why, I was digging the brother's video, because he was giving encouraging words to those brothers out there that are part of the faith, that are among the Israelite foreigners, that are being told that they're not Israelites, but they believe in the word, they believe in the names of Yahawah, Yahawashi. He even brought out the scripture where the name of the Most High is dreadful among the heathen, you know, and that's it. You know, the Lord is not bringing in heathens into this thing, because you had in the past individuals that came to the school, right, and after being questioned because they were they were off, what happened? They got up and left because they didn't belong there. But if a brother or a sister among the Israelite foreigners hears his words, believes it, and is growing, then that's an Israelite. You know, we had an incident in Connecticut one time. You had this Elamite dude that came in. You know, I ain't gonna tell the whole story because it's, you know, it's not really that important. But the guy came in. You know, he was all pompous. You know, and the brothers told him, well, you know what? I mean, if you want to come in, you know, because you did have the Israelite foreigners. It said, but once the teacher goes into the lesson, you know, you're going to get offended if you're a heathen. And that's exactly what happened. As soon as the lesson went on, he got up and left. I don't want to pollute your sanctuary with my Elamite presence or something like that, he said. You know, so the heathens are not going to stay in this. You know, the heathens are going to believe in this truth, and they're going to thrive. They're going to grow. The Lord is doing the sifting. He's not the author of confusion. You know, when we get to the parable of the sower seed, I'm sorry, not the sower seed, the wheat and the tares, when they're growing together in the world, not in the truth. This is pure holiness, to where not even Israelites that don't belong in this thing will be here. So how in the fuck is a heathen going to come into this? So that's good. The word confusion. The word confusion is akatastesia. Akatastesia. Instability, right? The Most High is not unstable. The Most High is not double-minded. Or, you know, I kind of like this heathen, so I'm going to kind of bring him in, but then I'm going to throw him out. No. The Most High is not unstable. You know? He's not at variance and questioning his decisions. A state of disorder. He's not in disorder. He's in perfect control. He's in perfect harmony. He doesn't make mistakes. Disturbance, confusion, right? So the Most High is not confused. One moment he's like, well, yeah, the hell with him. No, but you know what? On the other hand, you know, he did kind of do something good. And no. The heathens will not come into this. All right? So let's read this again. Amos 9:9. For lo, I will command, and I will sift the house of Israel among all nations like as corn is sifted in the sieve. Yet shall not the least grain fall upon the earth, because no Israelites will be lost. Why? Because the Most High said so. He promised to Abraham that in his seed all nations of the earth shall be blessed. That seed is the Israelites, or are the Israelites. And no matter where the Israelites are, no matter what they look like, no matter how much wickedness they've done, they're going to come back to this. Every single one of those seeds, because all of those seeds out there of the nation of Israel are a part of the promise that the Most High made to Abraham. And he's not going to go back on his word. He's doing the sifting. And you individuals that look at people because of the way they look, the Most High is going to deal with you. But you'll be the same individual. You'll accept a person like Frederick Douglass and others that look like a so-called Negro, you know, because of the way they look, or a so-called Puerto Rican because of the way they look. They look the part, so they're a brother. Meanwhile, the dude got an Edomite father and either a Judite mother or Ephraimite mother, whatever the case may be. You know, but you'll accept them because of the way they look. This is why the Most High is doing the sifting. Yahawah B'Shem Yahawashi is doing the sifting by his word. Okay, so like I said, you know, I was very moved by the brother's video down in Australia when he did this video. He was encouraging those brothers out there and sisters out there, you know, among the Israelite foreigners to continue in the faith. Don't worry, these people are just trying to wear you down. And that's exactly what they're trying to do. And Ezekiel 44:9, it says that no stranger, thus saith the Lord Yahawah, B'Shem Yahawashi, no stranger uncircumcised in heart, nor uncircumcised in flesh, shall enter into my sanctuary of any stranger that is among the children of Israel. That's plain. There's no getting around that. And like I said, when I was going through my thing back in the days, this is one of the scriptures that would comfort me. You know? And I was almost beyond the point of being comforted. You know, brothers that know, the apostles, the bishops that know, they can tell you themselves. I was beyond being comforted. But there was a couple of precepts that kept me stable. For some reason, the Lord kept me going no matter what I was dealing with. So I'm telling you from experience, you know, just keep on fighting, keep on staying in there, keep on growing, you know, because we in the fight. All right, tares among wheat. Now wheat, you see the wheat, then the tares are like, it's like wheat. It looks like wheat, but it's not wheat at all. You know? Another parable put he forth unto them, saying, the kingdom of heaven is likened unto a man which sowed good seed in his field. Who is the man? The Yahawah B'Shem Yahawashi. Who is the seed? The Israelites. Right? But while men slept, his enemy came and sowed tares among the wheat. Who is the enemy? The Edomites. What are the tares? Those are Edomite children, or for lack of better words, chocolate-covered Edomites. So you could understand. Edomites that look like Jake. You know? They have a Edomite father and they have an Israelite mother. That is the true definition of a mamzer, a mamzar, a bastard. Not the other way around. If you have an Israelite father and a heathen mother, guess what? That child is an Israelite. I don't give a fuck what that child looks like. For you stupid dickheads out there. But you'll shun Blake Griffin's son because of the way he looks, but you'll embrace an individual that looks like Frederick Douglass because of the way they look. And their father is a straight up heathen. But you'll accept them because of the way they look, because you're about as spiritual as a wooden motherfucking nickel. That's why. Right? And went his way. Now, when did this happen? Well, this happened several times, different times in history. One of the times it happens during slavery. All right? When the Spaniards came over here. During the time when the Southern Kingdom was brought here. There was a lot of this going on. You know, that's why even Lauryn Hill in one of her songs says some nappy heads got to check their neck for red. You know? Think about it. Deuteronomy 28:30, thou shalt betroth a wife, meaning you Israelites, you're going to get a woman, a wife, and another man shall lie with her. Who's that other man that will lie with her? Esau will lie with her. And in some cases, they would bring forth children. And vice versa. You had Jakes that were laying down with the Edomite woman and bringing forth, children, through that union. Some of them would come out light. Some of them would even pass for white. But then the children of the master will come out looking dark and being thrown right out there in the field, or maybe, put in a house Negro, position. So there was a lot of this going on. That's what this parable is talking about. It says, and that's the main point, thou shalt betroth a wife and another man shall lie with her. And that's what happened. So it says, but while men slept, his enemy came and sowed tares among the wheat and went his way. It says, but when the blade was sprung up and brought forth fruit, meaning when the children were born, then appeared the tares also. So you had the Israelites and you had the tares among them. And the whole purpose of this parable is the wheat and the tares look alike. So you're not going to have an Edomite looking individual, right, that believes in the Bible. Oh, that's one of the tares. What sense does that make? He can be easily identified as someone that's not an Israelite. That's the whole mystery of the Gentiles, a part of it. The wheat and the tares look exactly alike. So you're not going to have, an individual coming into this thing looking like a heathen, another nation. Oh, that that's a tear right there. No. The wheat and you have to get that through your thick skull. The wheat and the tares look alike. They look the same. For you slow-minded individuals out there, you are individuals out there that accept anyone that looks like a so-called Negro or of any of the tribes, but then you're slow and you neglect the ones that don't look the part, but believe in the truth. Well, when the blade sprung up and brought forth fruit, then appeared all the tares also. So the servants of the householder came and said unto him, Sir, didst thou now sow good seed in thy field? From whence then hath it tares? And he's going to explain where the tares came from. He said unto them, An enemy hath done this. Who's the enemy? Who's the main enemy? Esau, Satan, the adversary. The servant said unto him, Wilt thou then that we go and gather them up? In other words, should we separate them? But he said, Nay, lest while you gather up the tares, you root up also the wheat with them, right? Because you're going to take individuals out that you think might be a tare, but it's not. So they said, let both grow together unto the harvest. And this is not talking about in the truth, because the Most High is not an author of confusion. This is a safe haven. The Mark of the Most High, which is the Thawah in the Hebrew, which is an exemption from judgment, this is the safe haven. This is the sanctuary of the Lord. He ain't going to have no heathens come into this thing and stay in this thing, and then at the end, you know what? you did your job, now get the fuck out of here. What kind of sense does that make? It says, and in the time of harvest, I will say to the reapers, gather you together first the tares and bind them in bundles to burn them, but gather the wheat into my barn. The wheat are the ones that's going to be gathered to be saved and delivered. And the tares are the ones that's going to be destroyed. Let's see. Then Yahawashi sent the multitudes away, and went into the house, and his disciples came unto him, saying, Declare unto us the parable of the tares of the field. He answered and said unto them, He that sowed the good seed is the Son of Man, right, which are the Israelites. The field is the world, because you have the whole entire world, the whole entire earth, and a part of the curse was what? That we would be scattered among all nations. And that's exactly what happened. So what did the Lord have to do? He had to sift them from among the nations. How did he do the sifting? By the word. Gathering them by his word, which is holy. So the Most High is not the author of confusion, and you will not have heathens come into the sanctuary of the Lord. It said, the good seed are the children of the kingdom, the Israelites, but the tares are the children of the wicked one. These are the Edomites that look like Israelites. See? Now that makes more sense, right? That you have somebody that looks just like the children that would be tares, instead of the other way around, because that wouldn't make no sense. Because it'll be easy to pick him up. Oh, yo, he's a heathen. They all get that one back there with the chinky looking eyes. Oh, get that one over there. Yep, he's a little too light. That one over there, he's a little too black. So get him too. It would be very easy to do it that way. You see? See what Elder Apostle Gabar said. You got 2/3 of Israelites who will not get this understanding correct, but someone, a heathen, will catapult over the 2/3 to get this precious understanding. Get the fuck out of here. Hey, that's beautiful. I couldn't have said it better myself. That was a very good well put comment from the apostle. That was the apostle. I'm trying to understand what this. No mother, no father, but your teaching. The man left the woman abandoned the child. Your lessons moved me to the Father. All right, so hey, brother, we all have our stories. We all have our, ways that we, came into this knowledge, But hey, the Lord said He would put the fatherless, or He would put the how does that go, in families or something like that. I got to get back to that. Finish this up. Let me see. Did it say solitary? It's in the book of Psalms. Right. Wow. Psalm 68:6. The Most High setteth the solitary in families. See? He bringeth out those which are bound with chains, but the rebellious dwell in the dry land. So the Most High setteth the solitary in families. Some brothers don't know who their father is. Some brothers don't know who their mother is. Some brothers don't know who either of their parents are. But the Lord sets the solitary in families. Let's see what this word solitary is. Yahayad. Only one. Solitary. One, see? Only unique one. Solitary. So yeah, hey, everybody has their story, their testimony. But Barakatah Yahawah B'Shem Shai, that He led us to the light and, and has given us the understanding to teach this word. I'm going to read a couple of these precepts from brothers. Let's see. Ezekiel 3:5. For thou art not sent to a people of a strange speech, right, and of a hard language, but to the house of Israel, correct. Beautiful precept. Not to many people of a strange speech and of a hard language, whose words thou canst not understand. Surely had I sent thee to them, they would have hearkened unto thee, right. The heathen would have listened, but Jake don't listen. 1 Corinthians 15:23. But every man in his own order, Yahawashi, the first fruits, afterward, they that are Yahawashis at His coming, right. And that's the order. Ezekiel 34:12. As a shepherd seeketh out his flock in the day that he is among his sheep that are scattered, so will I seek out my sheep, beautiful, and will deliver them out of all places where they have been, beautiful. That's have been scattered in the cloudy and dark day, beautiful. Let me see, Psalms 27:10. When my father and my mother forsake me, beautiful, then the Lord will take me up, beautiful. Hey, that goes hand in hand with the other precept that was just brought up. That the Lord set up the solitary in families. That's beautiful. That's a beautiful link up right there. Romans 8:16. The Spirit itself beareth witness with our spirit that we are the children of the Most High. And this is why the Lord is causing this word to gather the elect. Let's see. From a hopeful Israelite foreigner, Akwath, the water elders, because I believe everything you've taught us. Hey, well, Barakatah Yahawah B'Shem Yahawashi, Hey, the Lord is the one that's doing the sifting, not us. Because if you left it up to us, we'd make mistakes. Jeremiah 12:9, it's a beautiful precept. Mine heritage is unto me as a speckled bird. When you look up this word speckled bird, the Hebrew word, one of the words in the definition is variegated. And variegated means many colors. It says, the birds round about are against her. Come ye assemble all the beasts of the field come to devour. Apostle Gabar, Isaiah 42:8. I am the Lord, that is my name, and my glory will I not give to another, neither my praise to graven images. Right. The Lord is not going to give His glory to anyone else. James 1:1. James, a servant of the Most High and of the Lord Yahawashi, to the 12 tribes which are scattered abroad, greeting. Beautiful. One more. 2 Ezra 3:36. Thou shalt find that Israel by name hath kept thy precepts, but not the heathen. And that's the point. So when we go back to Matthew 13:38, it says the field is the world. Let me see. Salakia says, my glory will I not give to another. What is not plain about that statement? Right. It's perfect. Perfectly plain. All right. So let me get this real quick. It said, the field is the world, the good seed are the children of the kingdom, but the tares are the children of the wicked one. Right. The enemy that sold them is the devil, the Edomites. The harvest is the end of the world, and the reapers are the angels. As therefore the tares are gathered and burnt in the fire, so shall it be in the end of this world. So when the end comes, the angels are going to come and separate those individuals that look like Israelites but are not. You see, the Son of Man shall send forth his angels, and they shall gather out of his kingdom all things that offend, and them which do iniquity, and shall cast them into a furnace of fire. There shall be wailing and gnashing of teeth. Then shall the righteous shine forth as the sun in the kingdom of their Father. Who hath ears to hear, let him hear. Right, because the Israelites are going to have that glow. You know? And I wouldn't be surprised, this is just, me as a man saying this, that those tares that are in this time are the same ones that raped, the Israelite women back then and put seed in them back then. And they might just be the very same ones that did that coming back this time in that chocolate skin that they persecuted Jake in the past for. Getting a little taste of that medicine that they're going to get in the kingdom of heaven. It's just me reasoning as a man. But that's very possible. All right, so I'm going to leave it there. Like I said, I put this link in the description box. A brother from GMS down under in Australia, the brother in Australia. And he's called Foreigner Israelites Be Strong in the Faith. And like I said, this video moved me. I was making a juice this morning, and this video moved me because I heard the sincerity in the brother's voice. I actually, the precepts he was bringing out was, I could feel that whoever was listening to this lesson was being comforted by the words that the Spirit of the Lord put in this man's mouth to bring out. So that I said, you know what? Let me just do a response to this, just to give a little more or more, just to skillfully add. All right. So with that, I pray that you brothers and few sisters have been edified. To the next time I say, Shalom.